Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I want to show you how to crochet my newest designed granny square. I call it Country Vintage, and I made up some samples of different colors for you. This one has 3 different browns in it, and this one has 2 different shades of gray and a burgundy, and this one is a gray, white, and purple, and a green, yellow, and white. This one has pink and white. And there's something I want to point out to you here. This is my first one that I did, and the first row is 16 double crochets and the second row is single crochets. The second row I did them both in the same color, and the second row doesn't show up good at all. This one, I've got my 16 double crochets there, and then here is my row of single crochets. And as you can see, they kind of pop out at you where they don't even show up in the gray because I did them both rows in the same color. And here is the row 1 and row 2, and they're in different colors, and it just, you can just see it. It just pops out at you. So I like that way a lot better. I thought I'd just let you see that, how it worked. Okay, so we'll get started. I'm using a 4mm hook and a size 4 weight in yarn. And I'm using a 4mm hook because there's 8 rows, and this ended up being 8 inches across. The pink one was 7.5, but even though the yarn is a 4 weight, is a little bit thinner than the others. Okay, so I've already did my knot here. So I'm going to chain 4. It's like that. I'm going to move you up a little closer. There we go. So I've did my 4 chains. Now I'm going to slip stitch into that very first one. Now I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to go right back there in the middle and do a double crochet. That chain 3 acts as our first double crochet. And you're going to want a total of 16 double crochets, and that includes your chain 3. And I'm going to go ahead and continue, and I'll meet you at the end when I have all 16 double crochets. Okay, I've got all 16. So I'm going to go over here and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. Go ahead and chain 1. I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to start my next color. Somehow I made a knot there. Okay, you can start on top of any stitch, attach your yarn, okay. So now I'm going to insert my hook. I'm going to pull up a loop, chain 1. Now in that same stitch, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to jump over to the next stitch, do a single crochet, and chain 1. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So go ahead and do that same pattern all the way around. Do a single crochet and chain 1, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm at the end. I did my last chain 1. I'm going to go over here to the very first single crochet we did. I'm going to do a slip stitch. So you should have 16 single crochets and 1 chain in between them. And I'm going to go ahead and fasten off. And you can continue with this same color if you want. There are so many different ways you can do your different colors of yarn. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and it doesn't matter where, any chain 1 space. Go ahead and attach your yarn. Now I'm going to insert my hook, bring up a loop, chain 1, and now in that same space I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to jump over to the next chain 1 space and do 1 half double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, jump over to the next one, and do the same pattern all the way around. In the chain 1 space, do a half double crochet and chain 1, and continue that until the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I've got 16 half double crochets and a chain 1 after each one of them. I just did my last chain. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of that first half double crochet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the next row in the same color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into that next chain 1 space like that. I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go back into that same stitch and do a half double crochet, and now I'm going to chain 2. The previous row we only chained 1. This row we're going to do the half double crochets and chain 2 instead of 1. So in the next chain 1 space, I'm going to do a half double crochet and chain 2. Next chain 1 space, half double crochet and chain 2. And go ahead and continue that, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm at the end of the row. You should have 16 half double crochets and 2 chains between each one. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that first one we did. And I'm going to go ahead and change colors because now we're going to do our row of puff stitches. And I recommend doing it in a different color than this row and the row after the puff stitches. It just makes your puff stitches pop out more. Okay, so I'm going to add a different color here. And you can, doesn't matter which chain 2 space you attach your yarn. Okay, so now you're going to insert your hook. You're going to pull up a loop, and you're going to pull it up until it's about the length of a double crochet. So now you're going to yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook back in that same space, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And be sure to keep them the same length. So we're going to do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. So that should be 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. You should have 9 here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you should have 9 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all those. Now we're going to chain 3. And we're going to jump over to the next chain 2 space. And this one's going to be a little bit different. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up your loop. You're going to do that 4 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 4. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and that's 5. So now, not counting right here where you have your chain 2, not that loop, but you should have 10 now instead of the 9 like before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I'm going to yarn over and go through all those. Now I'm going to chain 3 more. I'm And I'll do it one more time. Going to yarn over. We're going to go into that next chain 2 space, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and try to keep them even. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. That's 3, I think. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. That's 4. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you should have 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Now yarn over and go through all those. And now chain 3. Go ahead and do that all the way around, and I'll meet you here. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Now we're going to make sure you do your chain 3 here. We're going to slip stitch into the top of that one here where we did our first chain. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to change colors already fastened off. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. So now I'm going to change colors. And now you go in any chain 3 space. Okay, I'm going to insert my hook. I'm going to bring up a loop. I'm going to chain 3. And we're going to do triple double crochets. This acts as our first one. You're going to yarn over 2 times. You're going to insert your hook, yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over the last 2. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second, yarn over, go through the last 2. So now we have 3, we need 2 more. Yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over the last 2. And we need that one more time. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. So that's 5. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go to our next chain 3 space, and we're going to do 1 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go to the next chain 3 space, and we're going to do another set of 5 triple double crochets. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, and yarn over, go through the last 2. So now we're going to do that 3 more times. You should have it down pat now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to do a double crochet in that next chain 3 space. Chain 1, and now I'm ready for my 5 triple double crochets, and just continue that same pattern until you get to the end here, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I'm going to go over here and slip stitch on top of that first chain 3 there. Now I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to chain 1, cut my yarn. Now if you want to keep the same color for the next 2 rows, just go ahead and slip stitch to that first double crochet. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join your yarn here on top of any double crochet. Just like that. And we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, chain 2, 2 more. That'd be 3 total. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to make another double crochet in that same stitch. I'll chain 2. This would be our first corner. We're going to go in there and do 2 more double crochets. like that. Now we're going to chain 3. We're going to jump over to our middle triple double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, it'll be your third one. And we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3. Now we're going to jump over to the top of the next double crochet and do a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3. Now we're going to jump over to that middle triple double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and do one more single crochet, chain 3. So what we should have so far is we have our first corner, our chain 3, a double crochet, chain 2, 2 more double crochets, chain 3, and a single crochet right on top of that middle triple double crochet, chain 3, a single crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 3, and a single crochet on that middle triple double crochet, and we did a chain 3. So now we're ready for our second corner. So we're going to jump over here to the top of this double crochet, and we're going to do a double and another double. So now you've got 2. Going to chain 2, and now we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. And there's our second corner. So we're going to chain 3, and we're going to continue the same pattern all the way to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row, and I'm going to do my last chain 3. I'm going to go over here, slip stitch onto the top of that chain 3 here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish row 8, our last row, with the same color. So I'm going to just slip stitch my way over to the first corner. Just like that. Now I'm going to chain 3. That counts as our first double crochet. I'm going to go in that same corner and do 2 more double crochets. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to go right back in there and do 3 double crochets. Just like that. Now I'm going to jump over to the first chain 3 space and do 4 double crochets. And the next chain 3 space, 4 more double crochets in that same space. And our next chain 3 space, we're going to do this all the way to the second corner. There's 2, 3. Okay, and here's my last chain 3 space. Do 4 in it. And if your square is curling up, it's okay. This last row will take care of that. And now we're ready for our second corner. I'm going to do 3 doubles. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets right there in that safe space. And you're just going to continue the same pattern all the way around. Now I did 4 double crochets here, but the first one, I'll show you. The first one I did 3. And then after this first one, I decided to try 4 double crochets in each chain 3 space. And I like it a lot better with the 4. It just makes it look more fuller. So go ahead and continue the same pattern all the way to the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. I'm going to chain 1, pull my yarn, fasten off, and there's your granny square. You might have to shape it up a little bit. But there it is. And I want to thank you for watching my video today. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so you don't miss any of my future videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.